Hello patrons, this is Big Lair here, Jack's Private Coffee Corner, coming to you live. This is November 18th. It's about 8:45 in the morning here. Nice sunny day as I look out my window. That's good. Let's see, a couple things I want to mention just before I get into the crypto prices and the price trends and all that. The first one is I'm going to add some new metrics to my daily crypto updates. And I feel like I've been thinking about this for a few days now, and I think we're getting close to a period where the price of cryptos is going to go up. We've seen a couple coins slightly, pop up here. Neo's had a good run. Tezos and OMG went up a little bit. EOS is up a little bit, tiny bit. And then, let's see, Veritasium, has been up. Today, Cardano is up a tiny bit. So when things get closer, when things start to really pop and the prices are going up, I'd like to know what are those prices compared to the all-time highs. And I'm also thinking of adding in some sort of metric that I can see, what was the previous high in the last year. So, like what was the previous high in the last year? And then what was the all-time high? And then I would like to see, what percent are each of these cryptocurrencies away from those percentages. So I think that'd be very useful to know, to have at hand when some of these coins start popping. So I'll be adding that in. It may take me a couple days because I have an Excel spreadsheet here with a bunch of formulas, and I'm putting in numbers, and they're giving me various answers. So I'll have to see how to work that in with the all-time highs. I'll have to go in for each coin and adjust the formula for each coin. So it might take a little bit, but I think it'll be very valuable information for us to have. And I think it will help us a lot in the future. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, I made a video recently and I put it on YouTube, and I was, basically telling the YouTube world that, I won't be giving super detailed information on YouTube because I'm giving information in Patreon now, and I have supporters on Patreon. So the supporters are the ones who should be getting the good information. So, I may skim the surface for YouTube or give one or two things, but they're not going to get anywhere near what you guys here on Patreon are getting. And I think that's fair. That's the way it should be. Now, I know that some creators, some Patreon creators, they'll make a video or they'll have some content, and then like with a week later, they'll just boom, put it on YouTube and give it to the world for free. Now, of course, that's their choice to do. Everybody has an idea of what they think is fair. But in my opinion, if I'm a supporter of someone's and I'm paying them, I'm supporting them with money to get their content, and if they give that content for free, like a week later or something, or 2 weeks later, it just makes me feel like, hey, wait a minute. Why am I paying to support this person? I could just wait a week or two and I'll get the same content. And in my experience, no one has given information so far, of all the people I've followed in the past in the cryptocurrency space, no one has given information that was so important I needed to know it that day. There was nothing that gave me an advantage over anyone. If I had waited a week, no big deal. So, that was just one of my criticisms in the past when I was a supporter of people saying, man, I'm supporting this person so that they can create this content, which is a great thing. I think it's a fantastic model. But then if they just give it to everyone, I always felt a little funny about that, As a supporter, I felt funny about it. So now as a creator, I will not be doing that. So, the content that I give to you guys, I will not share with YouTube at all. Now, there is the aspect that if I want to get more supporters, I have to get my message out somehow. So I will use YouTube to say, hey, this is the sort of content I have. A good example would be, the Crypto Beginners Library. There's some very solid information in there. And in fact, today I'll be adding one more video on wallets. Now, I have thought that maybe I could do a video for YouTube where I just skim the surface on some of the information in those beginner library videos. Just skim the surface and say, if you're interested in learning more about this type of information, then you should come over to Patreon. So I may do things like that only to get the word out that, hey, I have this channel and this is what I'm doing. And as I said, I'll just be skimming the surface. It will be very, very little content for the YouTube sphere, because I want to save all of it for you guys here on Patreon. So that's what I'm doing, okay? I don't plan to put things out. And I did have someone suggest to me, the emails from a ninja book that I wrote. I have 2 videos on Patreon here about that. Now, I did have someone say to me, well, how about you start reading one of the emails and then you stop after a paragraph or something and then say, well, if you want to hear the rest of this, you should go over to Patreon, become a supporter. So that might be something I do in the future. I'm still thinking about it. So I just wanted to get that out of the way so everybody knows where I'm coming from, because I really, really appreciate the support you guys are giving me. Okay, let's move into cryptos here. Not much is going on with cryptos, which in a way is good. It's giving us a chance to get a good handle on the market and see where prices are. And as I said, I think it's really going to help us out when I add these other metrics to my daily charts to let us know how far we are percentage-wise. Looking at that sort of stuff is what made me become attracted, for example, to Neo Gas, because I realized, oh my God, we're like 6,002% from its all-time high. How amazing is that, right, to know something like that? Because there are people who say, when cryptos take off, they should at least go back to their all-time high. Now, we don't know if that's going to happen or not. The crypto space is very new. We only have, with Bitcoin, we have a number of years we can go back on and look at it, historical data, price data. However, for a lot of these cryptocurrencies, they're only 2 and 3 years old. That's not a lot of history to be able to say, oh, because it did this before, it's going to do it again in the future. So we don't really know that. So what's happening in the crypto space is you have a lot of people who are serious, stock people, they're day traders of stocks. And then it was very easy for them to just slip over into the cryptocurrency world because they're looking at charts. They're looking at price charts, and they know that, oh, when I see this head and shoulders pattern, or when I see this double whatever pattern, then most likely the price of this cryptocurrency will do this. And the interesting thing is cryptos sometimes do that, but they don't always do that. And there have been times when traders have thought things would go one way, Bitcoin went the opposite way, and a lot of people got wrecked, as they say in the stock buying and selling world. Okay, so not much is going on here. Our Cardano, I guess, would be the best performer today. Cardano is up 2.5%. It's gained some strength against Bitcoin, which is a good sign. However, Cardano is only 4.5 cents. When I got into Cardano, it was 7-8 cents. So I'm really looking forward to Cardano and Stellar both going up, because I'm gonna unload some of them as soon as I can to get back some of my investment. Okay, let's see. NEO is down 2.2%. It's at $12.18. It lost a little bit against Bitcoin. That's not surprising. Tezos hasn't changed. hasn't changed at all. OMG barely changed. I think it's 1 penny different than what it was yesterday. So the price hasn't really changed, but it lost a significant amount against Bitcoin. So OMG, got weaker, considerably weaker actually, even though its fiat currency price only went down 1 penny. And Tezos stayed the same, but it also lost against Bitcoin a little bit. Okay, EOS at 342. I still think 342 is a good buy-in price for EOS. EOS, I don't know how to say that. And again, you want to take some things into consideration if you want to buy these or not. Also, Digibyte. Digibyte is under, what would this be? Oh boy, it's not even 1 cent. It's about 0.6 of a cent. It's 6.93 tenths of 1 cent. So that's broke the 0.7 of a cent barrier. I think that's a pretty attractive price for Digibyte. If I had some money and someone said, what are you going to buy today? I'd buy EOS and I would buy Digibyte. Absolutely. Now Theta is down a little bit. However, I've seen Theta lower than what it is today. Today it's 8.9 cents. I've seen it, down in the 7 ranges. I've actually gotten some of it when it's in the 7 ranges. Now Digibyte, I have not taken advantage of that at these lower ranges, but if I had some fresh dollars, some fresh fiat currency, I would get Digibyte today along with EOS. Let's see, Monero and Litecoin there. Those are the ones I'm watching to see if they sink back up again. Litecoin is $59.66. It's up a little bit from yesterday. Monero is up a tiny bit at $62.23. So I'm still watching to see if they reach that point where they're the same price again. Neogas up a little bit, 1.3%. Not a lot to write home about. It gained some okay strength against Bitcoin. Let's see, Pundi continues to disappoint. It's not doing much at all. The same with Doge. I think there are people who have a lot of Doge coins. There was a recommendation from some crypto personalities who said, yeah, Doge, it's going to go to $1, this and that. I hope it does. I really hope it does, but it's the price is really down. And again, once I get these new metrics put into my system here, it'll tell us a lot more about how far these things are from their all-time highs. Okay, so not much going on today in the crypto market. Lots of sideways movement. What's the biggest gainer today is Cardano at 2.5% up as far as fiat currency goes. Let's see, the biggest loser is Veritasium. It's the fiat currency price is down 3.6%. Let's see, NEO's down, like I said, and if I had to buy something today, it would still be EOS, and I would add Digibyte to that. Okay, everybody, I hope you have a great day, and I will see some of you tomorrow.